So welcome. We're going to talk about a very exciting project today. But before we start, I want you to click the like, subscribe, and comment button on this video. And let's get started today, Blockchain Wealth Academy, with the new crypto review on Crypto Fortune. Right. So we all know the market is moving up and down. In fact, it's been doing very bad lately. So people that are trading, some people that are trading are just not making profits. And folks, that's why we introduce different systems to our community, like this one, which is a smart contract built on the blockchain. Now, this entire contract is running on the Binance Smart Chain. Everything has been audited. There's no backdoor wallets, 100% transparent global opportunity. Now, how this works is this entire contract runs on crowdfunding model, or what we like to call plain money rotation. Money coming in and money coming out. They're honest about it. It's been stated clearly in all the information. They're not deceiving people saying they are trading or have a bot. It's just money rotation via the smart contract, right? So you need a link. You get a link from this video or the person who sent you this video. You need a Web3 wallet, MetaMask, Token Pocket, SafePal. These are some of the preferred wallets, right? And you can get started. So how this simply works is that you are able to deposit a maximum, and you will need USDT BEP20, right, to do your investment and your deposit and BNB for gas fee. So how this works is you deposit up to a max of $500 per wallet. You can only do $500 in any specific wallet as deposits, right? And once you make that deposit, the contract will start to reward you USDT on a daily basis at a rate of 3.33%. Now, within the first 30 days, you'd have achieved a return of about 99.99%. And your capital also becomes unlocked. Now, note, you can withdraw your daily returns every single day. That 3.33%, yes, you can claim it and then you can withdraw it as long as you have a minimum of $5 every single day. Okay? So for example, $100 will earn $3.33 per day. 200 will earn $6.66 per day. So you better off probably starting with $200 USDT so you can be able to compound or withdraw on a daily basis. Now, after you complete your first 30 days of achieving full profit and also pulling out your capital, if you choose to, right, there's a 5% withdrawal fee. You are now elevated to the next cycle. Now, in this next cycle, you can actually make deposits of up to 2,000, right? So you find most people coming in here getting super excited after the first 30 days and say, you know what? I would like to come in the next 30 days again, right? So you add more funds, you're back in at 2000, you make a 99.99% profit return, and you find yourself now with 4000 in total, right? 2000 in capital, 2000 in profit. Once again, your um, capital becomes unlocked for you to collect and claim out the system. If you choose to, great. If you choose to continue, well, now guess what? Your third month, your third cycle, you now have a deposit limit of $5,000. So this is what most people are waiting for, to go through their first three cycles where they can have higher deposit limits and they can now add more funds and begin to make some significant returns on a monthly, daily basis. Okay. So that's how that works. Now, I mean, if you decide to share, hey, guess what? On 20 levels, they would give you what we call cashback bonuses on deposits and reinvestments made. But we do not earn from people's daily return. You will only get rewarded from the deposits and the reinvestments. 5% of the deposits or reinvestments on your first level, 3% on the second level, 2 to 5, 3, yeah, 2% on the 3 to 5th level, and it goes all the way 20 levels deep. There is a criteria to open up these levels. I tell people, look, for $20 minimum, you can get started today and start to share this opportunity and open up your first three levels, right? But if you have 50 and you have one direct, minimum who also puts in 50 in deposits, you open up your other levels. If you have 100 in the deposit yourself. Now, deposits, note, are different from reinvested capital. You can always reinvest, but when it comes to this criteria, they do not count reinvested capital. They only account for capital that came from your Web3 wallet into the smart contract. So if you like to grow maybe from a lower amount, you're better off withdrawing on a daily basis, taking it out the system, and redepositing it instead of reinvesting. It's two separate functions, right? So you open up more levels once you have your deposit at 100 and two directs that have deposit at 100. In fact, to open all 12 levels, you need to have at least 200 in your own deposit and five directs, five other wallets direct to you that also have $200 minimum. Now they do have a rank and a reward bonus plan here. So basically, once you do have your five directs with $200 minimum, you get a 50-day reward. You have 7 days to complete this. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You need to have two other wallets that complete every rank as well in order for you to go to the next rank, right? So when you have two directs out of your five or 10 or 20, because it's unlimited on indirects, who also hit the Explorer rank, you get $100, right? If you get two other directs who hit the Staker rank, you get $200. And it keeps moving to the last rank, the Victor, when you have two executors, and then you get 10,000. All in all, this is almost about $19,000 in rank rewards, right? So very interesting. You have some time limits to take care of that. Now, all of these are incentives to keep this contract continuously rotating, right? Quick rules, right? We talked about that 5% withdrawal fee, maximum of also $5 withdrawal or reinvestment. Every cycle ends after 30 days. Capital is unlocked. That's it. Let's go quickly into the DApp. I want to show you guys um, I want to show you guys the website, right? So they have all the information here, right? They allow you to also look at their audit. They have a smart contract audit, contract address on the Binance Smart Chain. You have all that data, creator's private key, and the smart contract wallet, creator's address. All of that has been provided to let you know that there are no backdoors, right? So when we go on the audit, let's refresh the page. Okay, so really quickly, you get to read all of this, guys. You can go ahead and read it, but in conclusion, it says that the contract is safe. There were no vulnerabilities, backdoors, or scam scripts. Okay, no backdoors or scam scripts. So that's very, very, very interesting to know. Now here you can see that 2.5 million has gone inside of this platform, right? The smart contract. Now, how old is the smart contract? It launched literally on the 6th of January, right? When it went live and started getting deposits. And it's been so far about I'd say about 26 days, 25 days, right? Folks, incredible. Over 20,136 users, 2.5 million in deposits, 1.3 million in outputs, 1.2 million in the balance, okay? So that's very healthy, right? And you get to read more about this. You can also look at the smart contract here online. You get to see the balance is exactly what it is. Contract verified. You can go look at the read protocol. And for those of you that know how to use smart contracts, you can analyze all of this. This is very, very exciting. So, folks, let's take a look, right? So this is just my one of my wallets. As you can see, already over 816 people have joined since the last 20 days I've been a part of this, right? Today's income alone is well over $200. I'm currently averaging about 200 to 400 a day in just 20 days. And this is from deposits and redeposits in my community. Also, you can see that I have been reinvesting. I can claim right here. Everything is instant, permissionless on the blockchain. So I've claimed my ROI. I can also check my qualification requirements for these ranks. I can check my team as well and see who's on my team. You can identify just by the wallet. I can go right here and I can see what I claimed is right here. I'm going to reinvest that ROI. So you have two separate sections. You have ROI wallet, network wallet, right? So I'm going to reinvest this um, return that I made back in so I can grow my capital. And then I'm going to withdraw my network reward, right, folks? It's a 5% fee, as you can see. Excellent. Now, I want to bring everyone's attention to something very, very important here, right? And that is the daily interest calculator, right? Now, I've been telling people in my community, this is it. This is a really good opportunity to utilize the smart contract for what it is and make a lot of returns for as long as it stays liquid, right? There's no rug pull. There's no one come to pull the rug, turn it off. But the liquidity pool could run slow, could run dry, right? So if you start with 200, for example, right, you earn $6.66 a day. But here's the beautiful thing, right? Let's say you compound for your first 90 days, okay? You would have earned in you'd have in capital over $3,814. Think about that. Just 90 days of $200 compounded. Now, if you decide to withdraw every day for the next 100 days, right? And you do not compound, you would have earned over $12,000. All it took was 190 days to turn $200 to 12,700. Let's start with my favorite number, right? What about 2,000? Well, remember, you can only have, once again, only 500 maximum per wallet. So you'd probably have to create four wallets for this, right? Okay, you can create the other three under your main wallet. Now here, this 2,000 would generate $66.60 a day. Now, if you decide to say, okay, let me compound this for 90 days, right? You would have accumulated, folks, now this is wild, $38,000 from 2,000, 90 days, 3 months. You would have already earned and having your capital that's able to earn for you 38,000. Now, you put that 38,000 here and you say, I'm not going to reinvest again. And let's see, in the next 100 days, you would have withdrawn $127,000 from this smart contract. Once again, folks, this is audited, this is transparent. There's no one coming to pull the rug. It's just about liquidity, inflow versus outflow. And as long as this chart stays healthy in the green for weeks and months consecutively, you know you're going to have a very long lifespan within this opportunity. Always take care of your risk. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing that I've said here is financial advice, but I did share with you material coming straight from this third-party auditor. They also have the disclaimer here. All the details is here. Transparency, folks. Thank you so much. Get the link from the person that invited you. Get started today, and I'll see you at the top.